Oh shit. What's good, though? No. Who the fuck is this? CB Clown. Pick me up. This nigga in my, bro. This nigga in my city, bro. Who the fuck is that? Damn, bro. What's wrong, brother? I was here. Oh, oh. No. Current gen, high key boring, bro. Ain't gonna lie. Not a little bit boring, but high key boring.
Shawty, you already know what it is. Girl, tonight we gonna do a lot of sex. Yeah, ain't nobody do your body like this. Oh, I won't be no mess. Yeah, you just broke that fire up in the air. Said I'll get you high. I know you so well. And when I walk in all that out, oh, yeah. It's just say daddy's home for me. And I know you've been waiting for this loving love day. You know your daddy's home. It's time to play. So you ain't got to give my loving away. So when they say hey, hey, you know what they say. Oh, I gotta know what I say. Hey, you might say. You gotta get on up, book it out right there. I'ma fall back while you work that chair. You damn thing, let the neighbors say. Book it on up, book it out right there. I'ma fall back, let you work that chair. You damn thing, all I wanna hear is you say daddy's home, home for me. And I know you've been waiting for this loving day. Your daddy's home, it's time to play. Now baby, you ain't gotta give my loving away. Daddy's home for me. And I know you've been waiting for this loving all day. You know your daddy's home, and it's time to play. You ain't got to give my love away. So when my lady say, hey, 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 daddy, hey, hey, so you gotta say, hey, you gotta know me till I daddy, hey, so when my lady say, hey, 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 daddy, hey, hey, so when my lady say, hey, 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 daddy, hey, you gotta know me till I daddy.
It's sticky, come real sticky, finish dig me, booty hole 50 cars.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yeah. Pop my booty like a willy nigga, I'm the really nigga in the bed with them booty killers and the booty niggas. We wake up taking booty pictures in the nudies, nigga. Yo, straight dude, you a losing nigga. Fuck me snooping nigga, fucking poop straight on my nigga dick on the low. He only want me for my dick and he don't want no more. Man, that's all he really used me for and kick me off the door. I don't want him, you can keep the nigga, his dick is really small. In New York, my niggas don't suck one cock, my niggas suck the block, blow a dick or throwing cops while running off the block. Caught his penis in my asshole, I grinded for the cock. Niggas say he ate my ass, but my ass rolling a lot. I don't fuck with no old hoes, only new hoes. Put his dick inside my backbone, pass me to his bro. He don't love me, that's a sad case, and I'm mad though. He just fucked me in my asshole, then he dashed home. I'm on some booty killer shit. Suck a nigga dick, eat my ass, then you spit. Fuck me till I'm feeling sick. I pull up with my dick, then he let me hit. Shout out, but I suck that nigga dick. Eat it stiffy, come real sticky, finish dig me, booty hole 50 cops. Move slowly cause the cum real sticky, dick down, squirt, squirt, silly, there's a stain on my shirt, a lot of coming. Spinning on his cock like a pop shovel. Come on me, I'm shooting back, I'm getting buckets. I ain't wanna suck your hubby, now we bucket. I'm on some booty killer shit. Suck a nigga dick, beat my ass, then he spit. Fuck me till I'm feeling sick. I pull up with my dick, then he let me hit. Shout out, but I suck that nigga dick. I'm on some booty killer shit. Suck a nigga dick, eat my ass, then he spit. Fuck me till I'm feeling sick. I pull up with my dick, then he let me.
Take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit. Yeah, big boss. I'm knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying go back twice in a row. Three bitches planes all in my home. First street, tell it out when I make a song. Let my brother day and make it home. She be all on me like she believe me. I don't need you at all. She believe me. She be mad every time when I really ain't know. Got me posted out alone with a slum speed. Lot of money on the line, what I'm going for. You don't stick with me now, long run, you will see. Don't go. Take off, tell you that they lying, they saying that they seen me. No soup, it's big boss. I know you niggas ain't turn beans on the big bean. Bad your phone talking about you on sexy. Put just spend whole lot on me. In the back, Bobby R-A-C-E. No cool, take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit. Yeah, big boss. I'm knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying go back twice in a row. Three bitches planes all in my home. First street, tell it out when I make a song. Let my brother day, he make it home. Show her how to get the money up. Finish on them niggas. From the back out that touching on top. Big old pill. Tryna get it on hard when I'm caught. Chopping it up for the wrong. Ain't right how you use your tongue. May young nigga on mine right now. Check on living that you ain't got nothing. Means in the bank got nothing. Me and flow 1.3 east. Stay it up. You crazy. $250,000 chain, $250,000 car. Wow. I know how to get it. Poker in my mama house. $1,000,000 business. I ain't never turning out. Me and Casey. No cool. Take off, cause I know these niggas ain't gon' hand that new suit. Yeah, big boss. I'm knowing I ain't hearing not a young nigga saying go back twice in a row. Three bitches planes all in my home. First street, tell it out when I make a song. Let my brother day and make it home. Draco Daddy hit me, you got beat me. Sticked up this chopper city. Look at a better walk with that felony. Gang 5, that's tall case. We gon' kill a bitch that been wrecking shit. I say put the bitch up in rotation. Throw stamps, that's full face. Gas bag, that's water base. Russian K, that's Canada side. We gon' make the drop where it go to safe. Keep it real fake till you make it. That be that bitch nigga that's hating. This is being call it penetrate. Take off your mind, clear what you thinking. Dirty money stash, you call it banking. Murder for position, call it wanking. Cold killer steppers from me, name is dog. Killing NBA ain't no pain. Sipping drink, eating by the case. Body smoke by the block, it's hard. Catch you slipping, saying that stick at the yard. Behind the bitch, we be taking it far. Tell them I will be dishing our card. Bad bitch hit the road with that bar. Got it out front row with that stick. Bang out toe with that rod. Rich nigga help us scuff the shit. Mugged up by the bucket list. Doped up, need another fix. I don't know what the fuck his mind went. Big bang, hit your head pop. Bitch, you know how that time spent. Riding around at the double wrist. All night trying to slam shit. Draco Daddy hit me, you got beat it. Bitch, we sticked up this chopper city. Clipboard dropping fast, trying to move a whole thing. Bitch nigga steady trying to shot stop. It's a dead game, he gon' lose his brain. I'm the one to take a tour. That's what my cousin me just say. But we can pull about 5, I'm talking 5, they just buy either way. 5 million for my album, that's the easy bang. 70,000 for that belt of shit with my nigga JB's. Nigga cop that, 200 for my chain, them niggas gon' watch that. Told my yankin' when he get that big, them hoes gon' jock that. Nigga, you a hot nigga, lot of thousands laid on my chest. I'm talking over it, public housing, we where the smoke at. I got a Kodak, talking millions, I had that Maybach for I was 4 in. Get that drink just for the relax, nigga got a pour 4 in. One watch, that's 3 big. Rob the jeweler, still cloud in. Crack the window, that's for clouds in. Bullets bang, give you a route 10. Draco Daddy hit me, you got beat it. Bitch, we sticked up this chopper city. Yeah.
whole thing. Bitch nigga steady trying to shot stop. It's the dead game. He gonna lose his brain.
Oh shit.
So when I was a kid, I was addicted to one drug. And this drug made me feel like I can touch the heavens. And that drug was inspiration. That's not a drug, loser. You see, back then I used to get inspired or influenced way too easy because of the simple fact that I am a Sagittarius. And if you haven't done your research, don't worry, pimp. I got you. Notable fact about us, we are mad adventurous. Matter of fact, so adventurous to the point when we get inspired, we like to live our lives on edge. And when I mean on edge, I mean literally on edge. Living like Larry. So we can all agree 1,000,000,000% that this adventurous lifestyle kids love to live while they explore new things growing up can sometimes be taken in the most literal way because kids, their minds are free and the only responsibility they have is to eat, sleep, piss, clear their browser history, and repeat. You ever been chilling watching a movie and that movie just it does something to your spirit. It makes you feel good. It triggers an emotion that makes you feel like you got superpowers, you know? Inspired. Like, for example, and I swear to King Kai, every person at some point in their life has done this. You get done watching Avatar The Last Airbender, right? And something in your mind ticks to make you think that you can actually bend the elements like they do in the anime. Avatar's not an anime. Freaking bruh, yes, it is. Dog, I cannot tell you how many times I got done watching Star Wars and I would literally act like I had the Force. Nigga, I had my robe, I had my helmet, and I definitely had my lightsaber. Nobody wanted that smoke, you know? And I know your girl probably want to ride on my spaceship, and so I laughed. Now, it doesn't stop at Avatar and Star Wars because my inspiration addiction got so bad that my whole life became a movie or a show. I was dodging bullets like Neo, running through my school like Naruto, screaming at the tip top of my lungs like Goku before I fought somebody. Don't lie. Every person has done at least one of these things at some point in their life. Or maybe it's just me. I'm a queef. I know. What? Did he just say he's a pussy fart? Yo, who man's is this? Now, as I got older, this addiction got a little too out of hand, all right? Because at the end of this gullible road I took, it led me to do something I regret to this day. And as a result, I received the worst whooping I ever got. Ugh. It still gives me the chills to this day. Y'all asked me the story, now y'all shall receive. Let me take y'all back to when I was like 9 years old. I was chilling in my living room right after school. Dad was gone at work, and my mom was cooking for us. Now, around this time, pranks weren't done on YouTube. They were done on TV shows like Punk. And for some reason, that day after watching, I was plotting the nastiest prank I could do on my parents. Now, I don't know what possessed me to do this, knowing I have black parents, old school black parents, strict old school black parents, but I was well aware that I had lost my.
This disease is spreading faster than we can run. if we can move fast enough. This can actually save lives.
The pandemic was spreading, and it was pretty clear that we were going to have to move fast. We convened a task force of people from all over the company to see if we could build a test process and ultimately laboratories to process those tests.
When COVID-19 hit, I would keep asking myself the question, how can I help?
I'm behind that day. And you think after getting people the fridge, an airplane, a house, mostly belts, would scare me beyond straight, but that day I forgot belts even existed. Bro, you might as well have just called me Dr. David Smirk, because I keep up with the most elaborate plan to call the cops and then hang up immediately. Now listen. I know what you're thinking. What an idiot. Nigga, I was 9. Cry me a river. What do you expect me to do at that age? Make reasonable decisions? Pay taxes? Run for president? Nobody asked, loser. Once I made up my plan, I've already conjured up in my mind the outcome of this whole situation in my own image. A good outcome. And when somebody determines an outcome, it usually ends up being the complete opposite of what they expected. Phase 1, cause a distraction so I can sneak the house phone in my room because, duh, I grew up in times where kids didn't have cell phones. Bruh, kids nowadays get a phone at 3 and arthritis at 4. Nigga, we ain't had it. Our parents did. So if you called our house, you called all of us. Gang, united we stand, divided we fall. Shot at. Phase 2, dial 911. And phase 3, hang up immediately and pray to God that they don't call back. Now listen to me. I was 9. I didn't know better. And to keep it a stack with you, this was actually supposed to be a prank on my parents. But it turned out to be a prank on the cops. Ugh, thank God I did not grow up in 2020. This would have been bad. Remember when I said I was exploring new things growing up? Yeah. Your boy ran into a live and learn situation because the phone rang again, like 5 minutes later. And mind you, we have 2 house phones that are connected, so both ring when somebody calls us. So, before I hit the button to answer the phone, guess who picks up the phone instead? Devontae! No, ma'am, I think he made a mistake. I'm telling your father. When I heard that click, the only thought running through my head was, Now, you've probably never felt the overbearing, excruciating, undeniable wrath of a young, straight black mom in her late 20s with 3 kids. But let me tell you, I didn't either, my nigga. What do you mean? Because she always called my dad. Dog, that was the one thing that always pissed me off when I was a kid. When I did something wrong, my mom would always get my dad to solve it. It's like when a coward loses a fight and goes and gets his strap because he lost the fight. However, looking back on it, my mom did beat me a lot, but it never hurt. Ever. Like, you know how many times I fake cried when she beat me, bro? Like, where's my Oscar, bro? I deserve it. Go ahead and nail me the best actor award. I deserve it. Yeah, actually, plot twist again. Now that I think about it, I can see why she got my dad to beat me because instead, like, I was actually not a good actor. But bro, when she said that, I swear to Tommy, I've never felt so scared in my life. Like, I could literally feel my head and my cheeks that day almost. So I went straight to my room and cried my eyes out, swimming in tears, bro. I could see Noah's Ark in the distance floating. Like, that's the type of fear that them obedience beatings will strike into your soul, bro. I cried so much that I fell asleep and woke up the next day and didn't even know it now. I'm sure we can all agree that them naps after biddings be the best sleeps, bruh. Stay online. I get up, brush my teeth, put on some clothes, and mind you, the fear hasn't left my body since yesterday. I'm shaking in my boots like Courage the Cowardly Dog, man.
What's good, Casper?
So I'm doing everything I can to make my dad forget this even happened before he gets home in the afternoon. Cleaning up my room, doing dishes early, taking out the trash without him having to tell me, hoping he would forget because I realized to myself that this man is not the person to forget something so easily, especially when my mom tells him about it. when out of nowhere, I hear boom. Door opens, it's my dad. And mind you, this guy is 5'11" with an all-might body and a bar-like expression and knows jujitsu. Bro, this man literally is built like a boxing character. I don't want no smoke. The fear I felt that day changed me because the stress went all the way in my head. My arms felt like wet noodles. My legs were the equivalent of salt shakers. I look like Roger the alien from American Dad. I ain't got no lighter or a gram. So nigga, I don't want no smoke, bro. Understand this. I've gotten beat before, but this was different because man grabs me, throws me into the shower, and you know, beating hurt worse in the shower. That's something me and my dad decided to try. And as soon as I get out, I hear his belt go. Wait, wait. Whoa. Did your belt get thicker? Is that leather? Wait, what? Let's just say a belt hasn't met my cheeks in years. No homo. No. It's just...
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Especially when the squad came over. We played video games. We watched movies from time to time. We trash talk and be loud. We binge watch anime a lot. We talk about the baddest chicks at school for like 40 seconds and only kept it at 40 seconds to a minute because regular niggas don't sit around and talk about girls for hours. And if you do that, then you're a weirdo. We got other things to worry about, like playing 2K or when's the next chin hair gonna grow out or something. Sometimes we go into the backyard and fight with the sword fear I had. Whenever we get hungry, we'd all walk to Walmart, which back then was like an adventure because a lot of us didn't have cars. Walking around the neighborhood with friends used to be gas. You know, boys just being boys. When D-Rod's dad was home, he'd always allow us to drink the sodas out the fridge and eat pizza sometimes. And I was just going to the universe that just because his dad allowed us to do all those things doesn't mean I thought his dad was cool. He and I were on mutual terms because whenever I come over, our conversations wouldn't even be conversations. You get what I'm conversating? I'd walk into the house, say hello, then got to stepping. All because D-Rod's dad had work in the morning. So he wouldn't come home until later in the afternoon. And I didn't want to disturb his inner peace sitting on his couch watching his football games with a soda right next to him. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Also, keep in mind that B-Ride's dad was a retired military man. Remember that, because that's key to the story. Overall, B-Ride's house was the go-to for our squad for many years. Fast forward to my sophomore year of college, and by this time, new people came along in the squad. Some people don't talk anymore. Blah, 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 blah. I get it. People come and go. Now, almost every day after all my classes were done, I spent a couple hours working on the videos, and after, head over to hang with my homies. Priorities first, fun last. You gotta respect that because your boy was on the come-up grind at the time. On regular days, my currently updated squad had two places we'd hang out. On the second floor of the main campus building and the game room, which was also in the main building. One day, me and my boy Sean decided to pick up D-Ride, who was like 25 minutes away from us because we hadn't seen him in some months. And at first we weren't gonna go get him, but I don't know if you noticed, newsflash, cars don't run off of love and affection. I need the money. So I was like, it's whatever, it's D-Ride, so I'll pull some strings. We go pick him up and bring him to the campus and go to the first spot, the game room. And keep in mind, we had our bags down on the floor along with other people's bags right next to ours. And mind you, Sean had two bags, an art bag and a school bag. We shooting some pool, playing some ping pong, D-Ride sitting down watching. After some time, we get tired, we leave, and we make our way to the library. We get there, pull out the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some time passes, and Sean looks at me and it's like, yo, Mello, that was my nickname back in college. I think I left my second book bag back at the game room, which was across campus. Can you and D-Ride do me a favor and go get it because I got class? I'm like, okay, I don't mind. Dominoes, everybody let's go. So we venture back to the game room, and here's where things get ugly. When we get to the game room, we notice that everybody's bags are gone except for his, and the bag is still in the same area where he left it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's his bag. Still in the same spot, nobody stole it. Cool. I grab it, we make our way to the library, and y'all, I kid you not. As soon as we get to the library, we get back to Sean. He looks in the bag and notices that's not his bag. Oh, crap. The only thing on our minds was to get to stepping. So we rush out the library and make our way as fast as possible to the game room to put the bag back. And before we ever even got the chance to see the game room in our distance, Two cops pull up. Oh, crap. They get out their cars, beep their radios, and it's like, yeah, 1025, we got the suspects in custody. 10-4, bring him in. Whoa, suspects? What you mean, suspects? What does this look like, Among Us? He starts pulling out some handcuffs. Don't worry, my brother. We just gotta detain y'all and take you down to the station for some questioning. Now put your hands behind your back. Now, officer, listen, this is a misunderstanding. I can explain. Oh, no, this ain't no misunderstanding. We saw the cameras. Camera? What you mean, cameras? Everybody around us sitting back and watching like it's a freaking football game. And at this point, we both nervous and scared. But me, I'm also pissed because we didn't know what was about to happen. The whole day was chill until this bull crap happened. But all I know is I wanted to scream thug life so bad while getting into that car, which was the wrong mindset to have at the time, because that life ain't nothing to glorify. All it does is bring you some pain and some jail time. For anybody watching that's been in handcuffs before, y'all know that, bruh, it is so uncomfortable. They put us both in two separate cars and take us down to the library. But for what? And as soon as we pull up, coincidentally, Sean walks out at the same time they pull up. Talk about divine timing. They tell him that they're detaining him and why, and to get in the car. And of course, with no hesitation, he agrees. But they didn't put handcuffs on this nigga, bro. I was just talking to these two about this memory before recording and animating it, and I'm still mad at the fact that they didn't get him handcuffed. Why? Why were we the only two in the cars that were freaking handcuffed? I don't get that. They take us down to the police station. They unhandcuffed us. We walk inside, and they tell us to sit down in the chairs on the wall for questioning. Now, keep in mind, there were 3 cops in that room with us. One light-skinned cop that looked at us like we slapped his wife or something. A dark-skinned cop that was sitting at his desk on his computer laughing and joking on us. Look at y'all motherfuckers out here committing crimes. Who's the real Dirty Dan? I guess I'm the real Dirty Dan. Pinhead. Uh-oh, we got a real comedian over here. He must have not made it, because that's why he's here. And the brown-skinned cop that was dogging us. You did it. You did it. I know you did it. Stop lying to me. I know y'all stole the boy's bag. You can't fool me. Stole the boy's bag? We didn't steal a bag. This is Sean's stuff. We got a call from somebody saying that their bag was stolen from the game room, and we saw 2 of you on the cameras that picked it up and left. And Patrick Starr over here was associated with y'all hours before. So admit it. Y'all stole it. Bro, we constantly argued to this man that we did not steal this man's bag and that this was a misunderstanding because the bag that we took looked exactly like Sean's second bag. And of course, this old man dogs us for 30 straight minutes while looking through our bags. Stop lying to me, son. Just admit it. Y'all stole it. I swear I'll throw you in jail for lying to me. Bruh, the more I heard this man yell at us with his fish breath, the more I felt like we were gonna start smelling like old man throat. I'm sitting in my chair like, look at us, old nigga. Do we look like the type to steal? You literally found Yu-Gi-Oh cards, a bunch of childhood drawings, and a pack of gum in Sean's bag. And this man B-Rye got a Pokemon trainer hat and a messenger bag. And I just got a computer and some cards. Who are we hurting? Stink meter? The old fart's like, if somebody don't fess up, all y'all are going to jail, because I don't like liars. And the other 2 cops leave into the back after trying to get our IDs. And bro, we were all literally so stressed out because we didn't want to go to jail for a misunderstanding, and the fact that this man literally is dogging us for absolutely no reason because they looked us up and we didn't have any freaking criminal history. It got to the point where me and Sean just accepted our fate and was ready to do the time, and we agreed to make a song when we get out on some T Grizzly type ish until my boy B-Rye, the legend, the GOAT, pulled out the Uno wild card on these niggas, bro, and used the realest jutsu known to the anime community. Talk no jutsu. B-Rye explained to the man that his dad was a strict top-level military man and that he raised him on being honest and to never tell a lie, and felt that military kids aren't like that. And then he further explained that he grew up with me and Sean and that we never do something like that, and promised this man that we weren't lying, and if we did, then he'd take full responsibility. All as the other 2 cops are walking out. And in my mind, I'm like, bruh, all that pillow talking ain't gonna work on a dude like him, but we don't got that many more weapons in our arsenal, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And bruh, I kid you not. As soon as the other two cops completely leave, this old man's expression went from pissed and determined to sympathetic and surprised after hearing that. We definitely did not know what was about to happen after that because he tells me and B-Rod to go into the break room and for Sean to wait on the walls. And when I say this conversation happened like the others, this conversation even shocked me. Old man looks at us and he's like, all right, boys, listen. I'm gonna let you go, but only because your friend seemed genuine and his father is a part of the military. I thank your father for his service, and I don't think that military kids would tell lies like that. That's crazy because I know plenty of military kids that lie. My apologies for coming at you so hard out there. I was just doing my job, doing my job. So you telling me you did all that rah to keep your cop status in check around your coworkers? Reasonable. However, it's under one condition. You can't step on this campus ever again. If I see you, you getting arrested for trespassing. Understood? Now, in my mind, I'm like, B-Rod's dad is the ghost. Now, matter of fact, thank God for putting the thought in our head to go get B-Rod that day. Because imagine if that would have happened and B-Rod wasn't there to save us with his dad's military credit. We walked out that room and Sean looked at us confused, but I gave him the niggas get your stuff, don't say a word, and let's go. Look, instantly he knew exactly what I meant. He got his stuff. The old man gave us our bags back, and he drove us.
What's good, nigga?
I'll probably never forget the times that I got caught choking the chicken when I was a kid because as far as I can remember, I got caught 3 times. I used to hate when somebody would walk in my room while I'm in a boxing match with my Vienna sausage and it'll just cancel the whole show. At some point, you gotta start thinking ahead of the game and put these niggas to night-night before they see the good, the bad, and the ugly in your browser history. Like, that happens so consistently that I had to start hiding behind doors like Solid Snake and come around the corner and, oh, the medics would have had to carry him out on a stretcher. The investigators would have probably been at my doorstep like, sir, where were you at 3 a.m. on March? Hey, calm down, my brother. I got a fresh $1 bill with your name on it. My brother, you working with some people? Yeah, smell good, don't it? You keep that. Wakanda forever. I remember the second time I ever got caught, and I don't remember the exact age I was, but I do know that this happened between the age of 15 and 14. My parents threw a barbecue that day. They invited all our kinfolk. The birds were chirping, the ribs were on the grill, grown folks dancing and sipping on that. Yeah, but you know about that. Back then I wasn't really a social person, even if family was around, so I tried my best to avoid socializing with everybody. Social anxiety was something I struggled with heavily growing up, so every time I talked to somebody that I wasn't comfortable with, I'd be trying to overcome my anxiety and be negotiating with it like, and my anxiety would be like, my social anxiety was so bad that as soon as the cookout started, I would go get some food from the food table, eat it real quick, and then dash back up to my room without saying much to my people. And I'm somewhat glad I did because I didn't know if I could keep my appetite in check after seeing my grandmas and great aunties scrub the ground for hours. I was pretty successful at slaying the dragon and not getting caught after I got caught the first time, so at this point, stroking the rod had become a consistent thing to me. A routine, maybe even an addiction per se. Like you could have put crack, cigarettes, or really any addictive drug in front of me, and I still would have chose the hub over everything. And that mindset really affected me because I was a really impatient individual. So when something delayed my time with the hub, it made me want to do it even more, which in this case was the cookout. I get to my room and I'm agitated because these mortals are slowing me down from my hand meeting my hammer. But then I thought to myself, my room's upstairs, nowhere near the backyard, which is downstairs across the house. So I doubt anyone would have the audacity to try to walk up here while Valhalla, I mean Asgard, swinging my hammer. Everyone that was invited has no reason to walk up here because there's nothing up here for them. Ain't nobody finna come up here. Why do they need to come up here for? And that got me too hyped, so I don't even think about anything after that, and it just got busy. I locked that door, grabbed my PSP because it was more convenient than my computer, grabbed my other school supplies, looked through my search history for a good video with a dog in it, and not even 30 seconds later, the first quarter ain't even started yet, and I hear the door rattle. Bro, it happened so fast that I didn't even think about closing my screen. I just jumped up and went straight to the door out of fear and opened it without thinking just to see the person I didn't expect. My uncle. And I tell you with the utmost 100% truth, this is what happened. Hey, what's good? Oh, you good? You trying to play the game or something? Nah, I just came up here to tell you I'm finna... I was trying to throw him off by sitting in front of the PSP screen sitting on my bed so he wouldn't see it, but I wasn't doing a good job because he could still see it. I just came up here to tell you I'm finna leave. Good? Yeah. I'm fine. Just watching some TV, about to go to sleep. You know. Okay. Love you, nephew. See you, man. Have a good time. You too, man. Love you too. Be safe, Uncle. You know what makes this even more awkward? A year later, on family vacation at the beach, my uncle told me that he knew I was doing it that day, but didn't want to say nothing because he's been there and done that. That probably was one of the most awkward moments on vacation I've ever had. Hands down. Moral of the story, people's true colors come out when nobody's around, and whatever you do in the dark will eventually come to light.
Gotta keep a pop on, yeah. Rare in the morning, fly away on the Mustang, headed up the gardens, I need me a band for the center to get me back started. You don't even know what I've been through, spending time apart.
Terms and conditions apply. When it comes to Cyber Monday deals, there's a secret the experts know. Network Solutions.
I mean, you know there's not a diss record. I don't sneak this. This just butter record. Just facts. The artists be taking my swag out. Wonder if I can come take some of yours. When I go get a new Bentley, I just wanna double park it on the curb. We got the kids in this minute, you niggas ain't heard. Hey, man, it's music. It means a lot of things. Alright, thank you. Hey, young nigga winning, I did it, I put the city on the way. I'm winning. Young nigga ballin', I'm running, I'm tripping, yo, bitch, I'm quick on the leg. I'm winning. She lives around me and she's a kill on next shot, they just to get paid. I'm winning. She see me on road, she be treating me, and I know it's cause she heard of my name. I'm winning. Young nigga winning, but you know that I got it up. Yo, what's the word? It's your boy 16. If you like the content on this channel, on the actual like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for post notifications. Also, I got a website at www.16shadowbusiness.com. So that's enough for me to talk. Let's get to what y'all came to see. So you know the new artist is buzzing right now, and he kind of been going like real hard for Duck. And I never really seen him around too much like that, but I guess they had a relationship before he passed, and it's Benny Boy. Like, how you feel about him? I think he said he was, well, I guess Big Cloud Records don't let nothing do with people, like, I don't know no Big Cloud Records. I don't know Fendi Boy. Fendi Boy, that's name Fendi Boy? Yeah. No, I don't know Fendi Boy. I heard motherfuckers saying, like, hey, asking me questions like, who is him? I heard he did some motherfuckers saying, you know, ducking all this shit, but I never even heard the song. I didn't even look at the video. I don't know how you look. Yeah. So then, like, who from FBG know him? Cause it seems like, cause he going hard, like he dissing the fuck out of everybody, and it's like, it's for somebody to do that, it seems like they got some type of emotional connection to Duck, to where they knew him. Like, is that somebody you could say like knew Duck and was homie with y'all? Personally, I don't think nobody knew him. I don't know if Duck knew him, but I know I don't know. No, I don't know. I just where you say he from? He said Pakistan, but then I seen some people on the internet say like, don't say he's from there. So I don't know if he just like lived there, but what? I don't know. Like, I don't really know him personally. I thought y'all knew him because the way he was going, you would think like, I don't know. So do you fuck with what he's doing? So I like, I mean, he do his thing, whatever he's doing, do his thing. But he's dissing motherfuckers and shit, or he's just like shouting out folks? He's shouting out Duck and dissing everybody that he was cool with, or from people that mostly all them just like dissing out, like basically like portraying like he with us. Yeah, even dissing people like Fredo. I never seen you diss Fredo, but I seen him do shit like that. Like, if he, I mean, he do his thing. You better be with that shit. You better be with that shit, cause that shit come with a lot of shit. You out here dissing people and saying you with this and saying you with.
Light up your holidays with a stunningly crafted Cadillac SUV during the season's best sales event.
Or get 0% APR for 72 months.
So Shannon, are LaMelo and MJ a good match?
Man, look here. Skip, all I'm trying to see is LeVar and MJ get this one-on-one. I mean, LeVar been calling this thing out, so it's right there now. So let's go and get this thing on, put this to the side, and we're going to move forward. In all seriousness, Skip, LaMelo is not going to have the day-to-day. Mike is not coaching the team. So he's not going to be in day-to-day contact with LaMelo. I just think the thing is like LaMelo just, and everybody, even the greats that have met, that came after Michael and met him and said what? He's a godlike figure. From Shaq to LeBron to everybody is in awe of him now. The difference is LaMelo was 2 years old when George retired. Yeah. So he doesn't have maybe he doesn't have the same mystique or aura.
I don't know. He knows the shoes.
Yeah. He's still Michael Jordan. And you still want those Jordan shoes, and they came from somewhere.
Yep.
Skip, is it a good match? I don't understand how it would be a bad match. I just think the thing is, for me, is that because Michael's who he is, he had to have signed off on this. It's kind of like, most owners are not Michael Jordan. They didn't play the game at the elite level. Well, he's the only one that played the game at the elite level. I don't think any other owner played that. Maybe in high school, but not to this degree, Skip. And so for me, is it a bad fit? I don't understand how it would be a bad fit. I really don't, Skip. As long as he doesn't go in there with the expectation that I need to impress Mike, that I need to show this, just go be grow, get better and better every day, put the time in. And so for me, I think it's a great fit. We knew these top three guys were going to go. We didn't know particular order. It was going to be Wiseman, Edwards, or Melo, Edwards, or Wiseman. But it's funny, Skip, this is the second guy with a very unorthodox shot that Mike has taken with the top three picks. You know, Kid Gilchrist in 2012, and now LaMelo in 2020.
Did Kid Gilchrist even have a shot? I don't know if that orthodox, it was non-existent, right?
Yeah, okay. And so, but Skip, I just think the thing is that he had such a high grade on him. And it wasn't like, okay, we knew AD was going first in that draft. That was 2012. Okay, Brandon Beal went third. I think Dame Lillard went eighth. You know, you also had Draymond in that draft. So, Skip, it wasn't like a slam dunk, okay, we got this is the number one undoubted pick.
Yeah.
There was none of that. And these were the top three rated guys, and you were going to get whomever was left at the time you were selecting, you were going to take that guy. So,
goodies,
I like the
smoochies.
selection. I just hope Melo comes in keep his head down, and continue to work like he's done to get to this point. And if he does, I don't think MJ being his owner is going to be a problem.
That's weird what you're saying.
Not only do I think it's not going to be a problem, I love this fit. This, for me, was a match made in hoop heaven. LaMelo plus MJ. They needed each other, and I doubted they were going to be able to connect because I still thought right up to game time last night, first pick in the draft, I just thought Minnesota will finally say, he's the most talented kid on the board, we got to do it. We need the box office if nothing else. And then I thought Golden State, we're going to talk about this horrible development in a moment, but with Clay's injury, we don't know exactly how bad it is, but it sounds really bad. I thought maybe they would switch off and say, we just got to take this kid. We got to take LaMelo because we might need him next year to pair him and let him play off Steph a little bit, right? That didn't happen, and I was joyful that he fell to MJ. Why does LaMelo need MJ? Well, look, I know this is impossible, but if I could pour 2 ounces of whatever's inside MJ into this kid, 2 ounces of killer will, I might have something that would be MVP caliber. I might have a player who could eventually carry the Charlotte Hornets, as woeful as they've been under Jordan, might be able to carry him to the conference finals, or dare I say, maybe even to the NBA finals.
Well, Skip, do you think it might be too much weight? Because think about all the other guys that's come through there. I mean, you do have that guy sitting on the baseline. Now, Steve Ballmer sitting on the baseline is one thing. He ain't the logo.
She told me.
LaMelo has been told since he was a baby that he was going to be MJ.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yes.
He has been conditioned to believe with all his heart and soul from his father, and I believe his mother, Tina, also. You are going to be great.
Yes.
Listen, LeVar sat right here 4 years ago, wasn't on TV, it was in a break, but he said, my youngest, he said, he's going to be by far the best.
Right.
And I believe LeVar believes that with all his heart and soul.
Yep.
And I see the potential greatness, I see the flair, I see the creativity, I see the athletic ability, I see the passing gift that Lonzo has. I see all that. I also see a broken shot just like Lonzo. His is weird, different. It's a 2-hand push shot.
Right.
He was 20 of 80 in Australia in that pro league. 20 of 80, that's 25%. It won't work at the next level. It'll only get worse before it gets better. So I don't love any of that, and I don't love it that he hasn't even, no one's even introduced defense to him yet. So Michael will become another father figure, big brother, however you want to look at it, that I think will instill some of the proper intangibles in him. And again, you might argue back you can't teach intangibles. I think being around greatness can rub off. And he'll go to practice, and he'll pull the kid aside, and he'll have him up to the office occasionally. Maybe they'll grab a lunch occasionally, and maybe slowly, by osmosis, just being around greatness, it will start to hit home with this kid because his potential greatness is obviously completely unbridled, unfocused, undisciplined. It's unmade yet, but it's there.
Right.
He's 6'7", and he might still be growing. He might be a 6'8" point guard who can also score the basketball. Once upon a time at Chino Hills, he scored 92 points in a game, and I don't care how much you cherry pick. It's hard to score 92. You have to have some gift of scoring ability, and he does.
Well, that was the beginning of the new
Playing like I'm greedy.
It might have started in that game. It might have
Hey,
been
bro,
you know,
hey, you know Mario making my chest.
Coaching the team, even though he wasn't an official coach, and it was all 3 brothers together, and they went 35-0 and won the California State
Well,
Championship.
Skip, that was the following year because remember, LaMelo had broke the record, scored 72, and then he got hurt, and then Melo come back a couple games later, get 92.
Here we go. Okay, so why does Michael need Melo? Look, as you well know, above anybody else, I'm the biggest Michael Jordan fan on the planet, but that's as a player.
Right.
As a team builder, he's been the all-time worst. So he went from greatest to worst.
Right.
Because 15 years he has overseen the basketball operation in Charlotte, his home area, home state. And they love him there, obviously, but they do not love what has happened because they've made the playoffs 3 times in 15 years. Think about that. 3 times. And They lost all 3 first-round series. They got swept twice. And their overall record in the playoffs is now 3-12. That ties Minnesota for the worst playoff winning percentage over the last 15 years. And even if you look at the records of the teams that made the playoffs, it was a 7-7 seed, 7-7, and a 6. And they were 44-38, 43-39. One year they were
He said this bitch in the
34. So they haven't even lit it up in years that they made the playoffs. They've eked in. Okay? It's the all-time embarrassment and humiliation for Michael Jordan. And now he has the greatest show on earth. He's got ball in the family.
They're like, pick in the chat for them, pick in the chat for them.
LeVar, and he's got.
I couldn't do it. Nigga, I can't get that emoji. I can't get that fucking cat emoji down, bro. What this fucking thing is? Yeah, like a motherfucker. Nope, I can't copy paste this. I got this emoji, bro. Hold on. They got this one. I don't got the one he got, bro. They got this one. Ain't gonna work. You think it's gonna load stuff?
choice, definitively the wrong choice. And look, Stephen A., I hear what you're saying. By the way, Steve Kerr doesn't have to run a system. Steve Kerr, if he's a great coach, and I believe he is, will be able to adapt, and maybe they can have a completely different style offense that fits the, not try to fit a round peg in a square hole, but now, have another kind of offense.
need me a big old veiny, thick, churchy, mean cock, nigga. Team clutching this bitch, man. No homo, we got socks on. So what's cool?
Lick on the secretary cream, suck his penis clean. His booty got me drooling, now I'm wet like Aquafina. My mouth gon' leave it stained, crazy, fight hit to the bang. Blood, so let that nigga's aim. The bitch is getting stained up. Whole lot of dicks in my mouth as a cum show. Niggas shoot booze in my motherfucking bunghole. I don't think none of y'all niggas make me come though. Down to my knees, top first, it's fun hole. Whole lot of cops shooting cum in my face. Chop a nigga off, sparring, looking like a lake. And the kind of nigga they call me a snake. That king ball sex looking nothing like me. Met him at 5, we in bed by 6. I burned 5 times for the A's I missed. What twist, cock, grind, catch your kids on my chin. 5 times, no 5 to the twine with men. I need me a trophy for sex and sin. Niggas ain't straight, so let's begin. I'm such a dead homie, I say it again. If he come back to life, get his head again. Try to fight me, he gon' fight for his life. Spank on his ass, cause that shit looking nice. Face filled with white. Straight jacket dudes take long as a silence. Be like belly feet, that's what they keep on telling me. These niggas filled with ecstasy, acting nasty like relative. Breaking in this bed, should've known I would start that. Taking this meat and no, I won't pause that. Finish it first, but he don't recall that. Taking this deep dick stuck real hard at. I'm flicking this bean, you would think I'm a lesbian. Two with my mouth, you can tell I'm finessing it. Go in my mouth, the blood started swelling it. He waking up to a big bloody passion. Where's your bro, man? I'm up in heaven. This brother, his arm and his chick is artillery. Unhinging my jaw, sacraments this nigga. Respect through this shot, this nigga like seriously? Damn, another one? Kiss him and ride it. Damn, we drilled his brother. His booty be filled with mud. He said he don't like fucking girls. I love him. These niggas like titties, but bitch nigga, I don't. He thought that ass like he busting a bubble. I did too much for this motherfucking condo, nigga, don't struggle. Dick! Feisty young nigga make him change like Gucci. Fucking so hard, ass turned to a coochie. Nigga said, ooh, put your thumb in my booty. Man, deep throat, so the man just blew me. Ain't he's giving murder, hey nigga, I kill. Perks his hands was my idea. Rearrange his spine, I hope he lives. I'm his little secret, his heaven of sin. My homies is naked, they ready for sex. I take off my socks, pull out his erection. You think that I'm lying, that shit is a fact. Come shots on the spine, my kids got his back.
Hey nigga, BBC Top Cocker, Team Clutch, Colossal Cock. Go follow One Pervy Sage on Twitch. Do that shit now. Don't forget to subscribe, nigga.
To a playoff. That's all I'm talking about here. We're out of the championship equation. We get all of that. But can we definitively look here and go like this? All of those teams I mentioned, you know from beyond a shadow, better than Golden State. Can we definitively say that? It's the right choice today. I think so, absolutely. I think so, yes.
You said Andrew Bogut, but didn't Andrew Bogut win a world championship with the Golden State Warriors?
No. I'm not knocking Bogut. Hold on, Jay. I'm not knocking Bogut. I'm talking about offensively. He was not a presence. Wiseman will be a presence in the low post offensively. I know that Bogut was great defensively as a rim protector.
All I'm saying, Stephen A., is like, Wiseman's not going to be a guy that you throw the ball to on the block and say, hey, go get me 20. He's going to be utilized in the continuity system that Steve Kerr has, which means he's going to be on the perimeter. And I guess it leads to a lot of questions, right? How do you play Draymond Green and Wiseman together? I mean, because they're both kind of similar players, which is going to be interesting. And then I hate talking about this, but it's been factual when Clay has not been on the court, is that when you don't have another playmaker,
What's up, stupid?
hey, big sausage.
You gay. What's up, stupid? Send somebody up. Send somebody up. Send the nigga up. Yeah. You can copy and paste his username? I mean, you can copy his username? Don't you have another profile? Yeah, no, it's not. Put like copy his profile name, Snapchat username. I can't even download it. I'm trying to get it sweaty. That's a lot, bro. That is fine. Nephew come out and play. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. Scrunch is delicious.
Is it bad?
Mm-mm. I need to try this one more time, bro. I need to get emoji, bro. You got like a cat emoji I can't get. See that emoji from it? I can't get one, bro. What the fuck? I found it. I think I do. Let me check this shit right quick. Hold on. Right back to that group chat. Right back to that group chat. Hold up. Did it say I left the group chat? Oh, I'm back over there. That's what it is. Hold on. I got it. Oh yeah, I found that emoji. Oh yeah. Hold on. I thought I saw that Destiny bitch on the call. I was about to say, hold up, I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and punch in this bitch right quick. Yeah, that Destiny bitch. Bitch, she just thought she did something. Bitch talking like I sent her the dick or some shit. For real, bro. I'm gonna say, hey, for 10 different reasons, bro. Excuse me, are you okay? Yeah, yellow hoodie. Some kind of yellow hoodie. We got like a yellow hoodie. Mm-hmm. Man, what's up with hoodie kid? First time. What's the shitty man, bro? Yo, you said what? Yeah, man. Yeah. this it? This don't look like this it, bro. Hold on, let me look at Puma again, bro. God damn it. Gotta be hood somewhere, bro. I found it. What hairstyles in the yeah, like some type of short hairstyle, man. You know, like short hair, and you got like oh, you got that pin hair stuff, bro. Those are the things. Oh, I'm fine with that.
It's like a catch-22 if you have some people like, yo, man, you could have put it like, oh, like, I want to tell you, like, I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm grown. And I want to see everybody, I want to see all y'all live to maybe to be in a position like myself. So I'm not going to tell you nothing different. So it was that, you know, it was real, because I, you know, it could have walked away and it could have been all bad. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like my legacy of my people.
Let me tell you something. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you didn't move with ego last night. You didn't move off emotion. You moved with strategy. And like you just said, you made a conscious decision to leave the bullshit to the side. Do you think last night will lead to a real moment of healing between you and Gucci?
I do.
I'm saying? It's been going on almost a decade, 2 decades. And it was a moment when we was, we were cool. You know what I'm saying? And I just think everybody got in the middle of us. And you know, not to say what happened or try to, you know, the real shit that went on, like that's just something me and him gonna have to, figure out later on going forward. But y'all was just like, I understand it. The more it goes on, watching,
just the person that's in the forefront. You see what I'm saying? So everything I got to do got to be smart. I can't disgrace nobody. There's a lot of people that I disgrace. You know what I'm saying? So I got to hold the respect of my company down. I respect the big cat down. So you know what I'm saying? Respect for that, I had to hold myself together. Can't lose my clothes.
So outside of Jeezy, are there any other beefs that you feel that you have? I mean, I ain't even gonna ask you to name no names specifically,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of fuck niggas I don't like.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can talk on if you want to. You want to drop some names though.
Them niggas ain't really worth it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't big niggas. They ain't big as Jesus. You know, Jesus like the biggest name nigga. Okay. Then I'm beefing with him. So I got to go to him because he got an opportunity to get his shit, you know what I'm saying, out there. So I have to go to him. You got a choice.
All right, well, down. So that situation that we were just talking about with the charges and so forth, do you feel like it was a setup because cats came like after?
That been a screenshot for Melly. Niggas that fucking Reggae doesn't even leave, man. Stay blooded.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Who? You ready to make that? Hey, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Who made that? Who made that that video? Greg made it. Greg made it. You're right, Greg already did it. Man, this nigga got like nose, fucking eye color and all type of shit, bro. Nigga, goddamn, yeah. Nigga got him eye. Let me show you what I got so far. I got the hoodie and the clothes and shit. I found that emoji. I got that damn hit video. Damn, bro. Oh, phone right here. I'm gonna show you how it looks so far. Yeah. Oh, shit. You okay? You okay?
2, your game, NBA 2, control, power select.